Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? And how's everyone doing this fine evening or morning or afternoon or whenever you're watching? How's everything going? I'm doing okay. Yeah, I just had physio, wasn't that great. Got some kind of bad news. For people who are just tuning in, who don't know me, my name is MacLean and I am here every Tuesday and Thursday to bring you true crimes that have happened here in Canada. And I'm excited to announce that I am going to start doing some vlogging. I don't have that exciting of a life, nor do I even have a good life at all. I have a good life, but I don't do much. I'm not that exciting of a person. But I am going to try, do some new things, do some vlogging, hiking, when I go get tattoos, what it's like being in Alberta during the pandemic, just stuff like that. So yeah, like I was saying, got some bad news with physio. I can walk and I can do stuff, but they're still really watching me. Back, if you don't know, back in the day, back last year, I tore my Achilles, had surgery. Then I got an infection during Christmas, so I had another surgery. Now I'm doing physio to see if I can get back into playing basketball. And unfortunately, it is not going well. They are thinking I'm going to need another surgery, so super stoked on that. But yeah, how is everyone? What's going on? Let me know what's new and exciting in your life. What's going on in that pandemic in your life? This is a crazy time. This is a crazy time for people's lives. We have every province in Canada shutting down. And Alberta is like, we don't care. We don't care. It's like that meme that's like, we don't care. That's exactly what it is. My favorite meme I've seen to this day was last year in March when Lord Farquhar, if anyone knows who it is, they were saying this is Jason Kenney, and they were like, some of you may die, but now I can't even pronounce it. I can't even remember. Some of you may die, but that's a chance I'm willing to take. And that just every day that reminds me of it. We have, it's crazy. The pandemic is crazy here in Alberta. We have one of the highest rates of people in ICUs, hospital rates. We have 30% of hospitals shutting down surgeries that are unnecessary or that people have been waiting for. And it just seems like no one cares. Everyone's like, well, we don't want, you can go eat at the patio with your friends, but heaven forbid you go have a friend over on your patio and eat. Doesn't make sense. But you know what? We're not here for that. We are here for true crime. We are here to get our life away from the pandemic. And we are here to watch me put makeup on poorly while I tell you a story, which I also pronounce poorly. So let's get into this. This one's a little bit different. This guy was just a dick. He was just a criminal, and he's a dick. So his name is Albert Walker, and I will tell you that story right after this. Albert Walker was originally from Hamilton, Ontario, where Walker was a high school dropout. So already a good start to life. But you know what? I know a few high school dropouts who are very successful and do not become a criminal. So just because you're a high school dropout doesn't mean you're a criminal, but it gives you a little bit more of a chance to become one. So don't be a high school dropout. All right, so he was a high school dropout, and after doing numbers odd jobs around Hamilton, he was eventually hired as a bank teller for a trustee company. He also started filing other people's income tax to make a little bit of coin on the side, just to, help pay the bills, help pay the mortgage, help pay with his family's bills, just stuff like that. Walker quit his trustee accounting job 2 years later to establish his own freelance bookkeeping business, Walker Finance Services Incorporated. So that was pretty neat of him. So yeah, he started his freelance company over a couple decades. Walker Financial grew into a 6-branch operation. So he was really high up there. He was very successful. He had a lot of money. I don't know if any of you guys, this guy, when I was reading him, and he looks nothing like the guy, but when I was reading this story, he kind of reminded me of, there was a Netflix show, I believe it was Jack Black who played in it, and he was this Polish dude who was a singer, and then he started scamming old people. This is what this guy reminded me of. I was like, oh yeah, this is Jack Black. There is a hair, I feel like I have this every episode, where there's this one hair either near my eyes or something, and I can't get it. So he had about 30 employees, and in 1968, a stock deal that Walker had invested collapsed. And this was kind of the end of his amazing financial stealing from the poor type of thing. So he had this financial stock that crashed that he invested in. As a mortgage broker and financer, Walker defrauded about 70 Canadians. It was a dog hair, everyone. It was a dog hair. He defrauded about 70 Canadians and clients out of $3.2 million. And in 1990, when this was all going down, people were okay, like, can we have our money back? Like, I don't know how it goes if you send it to an investor and they lose it all, if you demand your money back. I don't know how that works, but they were like, can we get our money back? And he's like, I'm out. So this guy fled in 1990 to Europe with his second of his 3 daughters. I don't know if she was the favorite or he said see you later to the rest of the kids and was like, we good, it's been fun, but I'm taking Cindy. I don't know the daughter's name, it didn't really say. And in 1993, Walker was charged in Canada with 18 counts of fraud, theft, and money laundering. But this guy was out, right? He was done. He was just gone. He was just like, Europe, I feel like Europe isn't the place you want to kind of like, depending where in Europe, but if I was going to leave the country, I would go to Mexico. That would just be my first chance. Maybe Alaska or something, just because, sorry for the banging. It seems to be a crazy day in my house. I came home, was about to film. My father-in-law showed up with his dog, so then I had to take care of both the dogs. And then he started working on my husband's truck, and that is right beside my filming studio. So I was like, this is perfect. All I hear is like, dum, 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 the whole entire time. So that was great. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so he fled. Again, Mexico's the place for me. I feel like Mexico doesn't have many laws, or if they do have laws, they're not going to like sell you out. So shout out to Mexico. If I ever become a criminal, you know where you can find me. I'm in Mexico. So he was charged with 18 counts of fraud, theft, and money laundering. And over the period of time, Walker became one of the most wanted criminals in Canada. And the second most wanted in like in the world. Not in the world, like Interpol. So in like North America and stuff. So he was up there, like, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of fraud, and you just like dipped with your daughter and like just disappeared. Like, that's pretty, to me, that's impressive. Like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get sued, I'm out, and then no one found you. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, good for him on that part, not good for him for frauding anyone. I think today I'm not gonna do such a heavy contour or whatever I usually do. I think I'm gonna just do, wow, my voice my voice went there. So I think I'm just going to do a nice casual look with like, I want to do more of a crazy eye than anything. So yeah, so eventually Walker made his way to, I'm going to mispronounce this. So this is now in Europe and I don't know how to say it. So eventually he made his way to Harrogate in North Yorkshire, where he lived with his daughter. So his daughter, Sheena, who she was kind of like in disguise to be his wife, which that's weird. That's suspicious. Like, well, if you didn't know them and you probably just saw them, but this dude's old, like old enough to be your dad, and now you gotta be his fake wife. That's weird. Like, I know that happens a lot. There's people out there who do date out of the age category. I am guilty of that, but I just think that second daughter, she's not even that old, she's probably not even 18, posing as your wife, like, you're crazy, dude. So she was posing as his wife, and during this time, Shauna had 2 children. So he ran, right? Like, he was like, I'm out of here in 1990. He dipped. And now he's got 2 kids who he's saying is theirs, but with these 2 kids, no paternity test has happened or has ever been revealed. So still no one knows whose kids are these. Like, I know whose kids they are. They are Walkers. They are that ancestral boy. They are Walkers. I smell some incest. We're talking about how Walker has kids with his second daughter, undisclosed, unproven, but we're gonna sit here and I'm just gonna say it is. This is my opinion. He slept with his daughter. You know, you gotta make it look real. You gotta make it look like you're a happy family and that's your wife, right? You can't just not sleep with her. Like, that's disgusting. He's a gross guy. Just a typical, he's like, oh, I'm charged with money and fraud and all this other stuff, laundering. Might as well sleep with my daughter. Let's add another one to it, right? Let's actually add incest to it while we're here, because that's not enough charges. So during the time with the 2 children and all that, he changed his name to David Davison. I think if I ever came across a David Davison, I'm assuming he's a criminal. I'm like, David Davison? That's not your legal name. No way is that your legal name. You're not a David Davison by birth. You're David Davison because you committed a crime and you don't know what else to change your name to because you never thought you were going to commit a crime. So that's what I say. If you meet any David Davisons, just instantly assume that they're criminals. And that's what you're going to learn from this video today. So he changed his name to David Davison, and he began a business career with television repair. Ronald Joseph Flatt was his name. He owned the business, and Flatt was raised in Canada, wished to return to his home country. Walker bankrolled this. He was like, oh, you want to return? Maybe I can like use this guy since I'm already a crazy criminal. I'm going to keep adding to it. So he's like, I'm going to bankroll this guy in this trip, but claimed that he needed Flatt's driver's license and signature stamp and birth certificate for the business trip. So he's like, I'm going to take this business trip, but I need all this stuff from you. The guy he agreed. He said, sure. Here's all my information. This doesn't sound suspicious. This is just what coworkers do. Coworkers give other coworkers birth certificates, business stamps, my signature stamp for my business, my driver's license, all that. That's what I do with my business people, my employees. That's what I do. Not suspicious at all, Mr. David Davison. So he gave it all to him, and when Flatt left for Canada in 1992, initially he intended to permanently settle in. He wanted to make a life here and he wanted to live here. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and he was going to return back because he kind of went bankrupt. But at that time, Walker took his identity. He took everything and was like, my new name is now Ronald Flatt, which is a way better name than David Davison. During this time, Flatt ran out of money and was like, I need to come back to England, return to England, and, you know, get back to my whatever business he had, the television business. So he was on his way back. Walker took Flatt out for fishing when he came back as like, oh, I'm so happy you're back type of thing. Nothing suspicious, nothing at all. I just want to take you fishing because like I've missed you, dude. My name's also Robert Flatt. Crazy. He never said that, but I feel like that would not be that great of an encounter. But whatever. So he took him out fishing. A trip in July 1996 when Flatt returned, and he murdered him there. He said that there can only be one Robert, and it will be me. So he murdered him. He weighed him down with an anchor and dumped his body in the sea. So he kind of like, this is a plan. This guy was like, again, he's like, okay, they got me in Canada for fraud, for money laundering. I'm potentially could be incestual. We don't know though. We're not 100% sure. We cannot confirm or deny that Walker was having sex with his daughter. That is something we do not know, but the hunch is yes, he did. So he was saying, I'm going to add another one to my list. I'm not there yet. I'm not quite the criminal mastermind, but I want to be. So I am going to also kill this guy and take his identity and, you know, let him swim with the fishes, which he literally did. So that's what happened. So he took him, dumped him out in the sea, and 2 weeks later, the body was discovered in the English Channel by a fisherman named John Kupik. with a Rolex watch on his wrist. The only identifiable object was a Rolex watch. If you guys know anything about Rolex watches, is that they're very cheap watches. They're probably one of the most expensive watches you could possibly buy, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about watches. So let me know down below if you guys know any other watches out there that are more expensive. Because I would honestly like to know if there's something more expensive than a Rolex watch. So that was the only identifiable object on the body. And since the Rolex movement had a serial number on it and the engraving with special markings every time it is serviced, the British police were able to trace and service the records of the Rolex. Ronald Joseph Flatt was identified as the owner of the watch and the victim of the murder, which is probably shocking to the RCMP since Ronald Joseph Flatt is still alive. He's still kicking. He's still doing his thing. Because remember, David Davison, who's also Albert Walker, took his identity and said, I'm now Robert Joseph Flatt. So now you got one Robert Joseph Flatt dead. And now you got another one walking around doing God knows what with his daughter. I hate doing under the eyes. Like I said, I'm just going to do some casual, sparkly stuff. I feel like I was doing a lot of browns lately. So I thought, damn. So I thought that I would do maybe some orangey pinks. Just, you know, because summer's here. If you're living anywhere else but Alberta. So yeah, he's dead now. Joseph is dead. Joseph is Flatt. I wish I could get people's name. Ronald Joseph Flatt is dead. Ronald Joseph Flatt is still walking around. David Davison is also Ronald Joseph Flatt, who was previously Albert Walker. Got it? Good. They didn't give much detail on how Robert Joseph Flatt II, we'll call him, aka David Davison, was caught, but probably just, you know, the name maybe gave it away. So they caught him, and he had his first hearing in the spring of 1998. The hearing was held in the village courtroom of the Teignmouth, England. I know I have a friend here from the UK who watches my videos, so, you know, shout me out on Instagram on how to pronounce these things, because I don't have a clue. So he had his hearing in that place that I will not try to pronounce again. And on the 27th of April in 1998, Walker pled not guilty in his murder trial in the English city of Exeter. He was found guilty in the 1998. So he was found guilty in 1998. I had to read that for a second because I had no clue where I was going with that. So he was found guilty in 1998 and received an automatic life sentence for murder. Had Walker not been convicted, the foreign and Commonwealth officers would have transferred him back to Canada to face fraud felonies. So I think they kept him just because I feel like murder charges are a little bit more serious than fraud charges. I could be wrong, but he like planned this. He was going to start his life as Flatt, which is like really sad. So that's why they kept him. If he didn't, they did know and kind of predict that he had other charges in Canada, and they were just going to ship him back to Canada, where our justice system is not the best, but not the worst. And we would probably just like be like, oh, you owe the people the money back, and then no one would ever see the money back. So yeah, he is now stuck in England I don't know exactly what he got sentenced for, like how many years, how many months it is in jail in England for killing someone. Not too sure, but maybe I'll look that up and post it down below. So he was it's an automatic life sentence for murder. I'm an idiot. And he was going to be shipped back to Canada, but unfortunately he wasn't due to the severity of the crime in England. So I outlined my lips due to the fact that I cannot talk and outline my lips at the same time. So on February 22nd, 2005, the Global Mail reported that Walker would be transferred to Canada prison, a Canadian prison, where he had faced additional charges for fraud, theft, and money laundering. So that was good. So he was convicted in 1998. So in 2005, he is going to be transferred, which is, why can't I do math? 2 years, 7 years. He was put in the prison system in the UK. So he did serve a bit of time, but a not justifiable amount of time for killing someone, in my opinion. So yeah, he didn't serve enough time for that, in my opinion. I think he should have probably did 25 years in there, then shipped his ass to Canada so he could serve in Canada for the next 25 years for what he did for the people in Canada. That's my opinion. So in July 2007, Walker was sentenced in Kingston, Ontario for 4 years for fraud and 1 year concurrent for the violation of his money laundering. So consecutive means back to back. So I'm pretty sure I'm getting that right. I could be getting it the opposite. So consecutive means one after the other, where concurrent means flat. You know, they kind of merge into one. So technically it's 5 years, but he's only going to be serving for probably less because of good behavior. So he didn't even get anything. I see why they try to hold him, but they should have holded him for longer, did the sentence in Britain, and then did the sentence in Canada, because I don't think that's fair. By 2000, bankruptcy trustees had recovered about 500 pounds of the embezzled money, but authorities were not really sure how much the former financial advisor stole and how much he lost in his failed business ventures. There was possibly 150,000 pounds in gold bundles that was never recovered, but Walker has never revealed how much money was hidden. You know who probably knows is his daughter, the one that he cared about, because he didn't care about the other two. Sina and her children are allowed to return to Canada after the trial in Britain signed an agreement with the Canadian authorities in June 2004 to transfer Walker back. He was returned in February 2005, nearly 7 years in prison, and the Canadian police have said they fully intend to proceed with the 37 outstanding fraud and theft charges against him. Walker is eligible for parole in 2006 of July 2013, and I haven't heard anything since. And the true identity of the father of Sina's kids have never been identified, so that's cool. She will always keep that to herself, which is sad if it was incest. She should probably come out and say, like, he did sexually assault me, and then, you know. But I am going to spray my face, put on my lashes, and come back with my final thoughts. I'm back. I put my lashes on. Everything's looking dandy. I like these new lashes that I got. They're kind of cool. I like wearing lashes around the house. I don't really go out and about and wear them just because I do find I walk a lot and I do a lot of things outside when I work, and I don't really have an office job. So it is just like, oh, it's annoying, and I sweat because it's so hot sometimes that it's bad. So here are my final thoughts on my boy Albert Walker, aka David Davison, aka Ronald Joseph Flatt. So he got what he was coming. This dude was a bona fide criminal. I don't want to say like he didn't have that bad of an upbringing. He just dropped out of school. That was that. And then he had kids, obviously was married, but seemed to not care at all about his wife nor his other kids. He kind of like, which you could say he did because he loved them, because he didn't want them to be on the run and wanted them to have a better life. Who knows? He probably didn't even leave them anything. But he was just a criminal. He was like, I gotta keep getting my name out there. He didn't want to, I don't think he said that. He was just like, I need to take money from people. I need to embezzle. I need to launder. I need to steal. I need to have identity theft. I need to have maybe incest. We do not know. And then I need to have murder charges on top of it. Like, here we are. Right? He was his own mafia. That's what it kind of felt like. Like, he was his own mafia. He had his own businesses. He took money from the poor and tried to make himself richer. And then if somebody got on his way, he killed them. Like, that's what I felt with this guy, was he was his own mafia drug lord. He didn't have anything to do with drugs, but he was his own mafia guy. That's what he was. And that's what, like, I got from this whole thing. The other thing is, don't trust the David Davison. We got that out of the way right off the jump. But he was just, like, a dude who, like, he only did a couple little things here in Canada, but stealing, like, $3.2 million is kind of a lot. It's not a couple little things, especially if you were one of those people who that money was stolen from. I'd be pissed. But this guy, that's it. Like, I think he's still alive to this day, chilling, doing his thing in jail. And I couldn't find anything really about his parole hearings or anything like that. And which is like, this is a dude who was one of the biggest criminals wanted in the world. You're going to let him out? He's going to do the same thing. Like, he literally went over to England and was like, I'm going to steal money from businesses. He just did the exact same thing. And then he got worse and killed someone. The other thing I do want to know is, whose kids are those? Whose kids are Sheena's, his daughters? Whose kids are those? Tell me whose kids. I want to know. It's his. It has to be his. I would bet my left arm. I would bet my bad Achilles leg that those are his kids. They had to be. There was just no baby daddy. Just no baby daddy whatsoever. No. I don't think so. So here comes the fun part. I hope you guys are ready. So I know a lot of you guys will watch my videos, and I was saying once I hit 100 subscribers, we are going to do a giveaway. But today is the day. I have hit 102 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for just coming out and just watching my videos and supporting me, and the comments I get back. And like, I connected with people in the States. I've connected with people over in Europe, and it's just like cool to see people trying to like do something that they love, they're passionate about, and then reaching out to other people and not having people be assholes. That's another thing I really do enjoy about this, is the people I get to meet and the people I talk to. Like, there's this me and this one girl from Europe, and we just talk. We don't talk all the time, but we just hype each other up. And it's just like something that I love to see, other people supporting other people, even if you don't know them. It's just the support that is what people need. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for supporting me and coming out here every single day and just like giving me the motivation and showing me that what I love to do, you guys love to watch, and it actually means something. So now here's for the fun part, my giveaway. You guys ready? So now that I hit 102 subscribers, thank you for each and every one of you guys who subscribe. I am doing a giveaway of a t-shirt. So I did a t-shirt last time, and my t-shirt was my true crime. It was my Thriller Thursday t-shirt, the black logo. So a lot of you guys who follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, you've seen that I have a true crime logo too, which is a rose. So we're going to do a True Crime Tuesday t-shirt with a rose over here, black. I am going to have one pre-made, and then I'm going to have one for you guys, whoever wins it, because I don't want to have one made and have like a size large, and then like the tiniest person or a person who's not a large can't fit it. And it's just kind of like, you're never going to wear that shirt. So I want to have one that you guys are able to win. So it's going to be a True Crime Tuesday t-shirt, and it's going to be 2 of my candles that I make. So one large candle, and one of my baby candles. So I make these candles here. I'm gonna do one large one and one baby candle for you guys to win and love. And that's the prize. So I am going to post how to enter down below on my Instagram. So I don't know why I said down below. So check out my Instagram down below. And on Saturday, I am going to be posting my t-shirt and short and candle giveaway. So make sure you guys follow that. If you don't, I will have it linked to my True Crime Tuesday and Thriller Thursday Facebook page. So I know a lot of you guys do not have Instagram, or some people who I know don't have Instagram, but I will also link it to my Facebook page so you guys can check it out and you guys can enter to win. And I don't care where you live, I will ship it to you. I do not care. You could be in England, you could be in South Africa, you can be in New Jersey, you can be back home in Nova Scotia, BC. I don't care. I will send it to you, and it will get to you whenever, but you will get it. I don't care. So make sure you guys stay tuned and check out my Instagram on Saturday morning so I'm going to be posting and let you guys know. I'll also be posting it to my personal Instagram and also to my True Crime Thriller Thursday Instagram. So go follow those so you can go. Another thing is I just did my nails. I want to give a huge shout out to Oculus Beauty, which is in Basic Beauty Boutique, which is here in my hometown. And Basic Beauty Boutique is going to be the person I'm teaming up with. So shout out to them. Check out them. They'll be linked down below. And again, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out, for watching, for listening, for different stories, and just enjoying it. And thank you guys so much. Again, follow my socials here, like and subscribe. There's also a little ding bell that you can go down below and click if you guys are dedicated, just so you guys know every time I post it will be dinged. So stay tuned, because I will be giving the giveaway will end on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, my video on Thursday, I will be announcing the winner. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And again, thank you guys so much for everything. It means the world to me. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.